Japanese tuner magazines. Man, let me tell you what, I have been fascinated with these things long before I could even read them. They are filled with just absolute golden knowledge. They've got the crispiest damn pictures in here. They're just so cool. And I've had the unique opportunity to be able to spend a lot of my time studying Japanese, so I can actually read these things and break them down for you. So I thought, you know what, it's about time I share with you guys one of my favorite things to look at, which is these Japanese tuner magazines. This one specifically is the Option magazine. It's an edition from the year 2015, which is a very special year, especially for this car right here, the GT86. So the GT86 came out around 2012, 2013. So given the 2015 year, this is around the time when companies really started to kind of pick up the aftermarket support. And the car on the front, this is actually built by Rays, Volk Racing, if you guys know what that is. So, I mean, it's a badass car. We're going to take a look at that. There's a GT86 on the cover, but there's plenty of other cool cars in here we're going to be taking a look at today. RX-7s, R32s, all sorts of cool stuff. So without further ado, boys, let's get into it. Let's break open this Option magazine. Whenever you open up one of these magazines, one of the first things that you'll see is some ads, but after that you get into the first article. Take a look at this S15, bro. This is evil. This thing just looks mean as hell. All black, a little bit of red on there because obviously it's the Advan car, so it's got the Advan livery, which I absolutely love. Like, for a time attack car, a lot of them have some crazy ass liveries and I mess with them. I really like them, but you know, keeping it simple with just the black and a little bit of red thrown in there, you can't go wrong, man. This car just looks mean, especially with those big ass aero pieces. And each one of these carbon pieces, including the front fenders, rear fenders, the wing, it's usually all custom made. In this article right here, it says that these front fenders were custom made to fit the 295s up front. That's right, 295s. That's wild. Yeah, I think the coolest thing about this article overall is the fact that they really go into detail about the building process for these time attack cars. The year 2013, when they were racing this car, how it ran some really, really good times, but they were just on the edge of getting to where they really wanted to be at, and they had to make the tough decision to continue to try to push the car or to go ahead and do some suspension adjustments, which is a huge deal on these time attack cars. It's not like you just got your daily street car and you throw some BCs on there. That's that. Nah, man. They change one little thing on it and it can ruin the entire car. They did end up actually taking that risk and switching up the suspension, and it seems like it's worked out for them. They changed the dampers, they changed the coilovers. Something I was very surprised about is that up until the year 2015, they were running a stock S15 gas tank in this thing. I just thought that was crazy that a car at this level was not running a fuel cell. They were just running the stock gas tank. And you can see they brought the carbon all the way into the cockpit. That is just, oh, looks so damn good. That was kind of interesting too, how they got the steering wheel set up on these cars. You're going to be keeping your hands at 9 and 5 for the most time. It's not like drifting where you're really flicking the steering wheel around. So they've wrapped up the handles on that really nice steering wheel. It looks kind of like a Nardi. It looks like they've wrapped it with like almost tennis wrap grip tape. And of course, we got the endless brakes. That's like a must on these Japanese time attack cars, front and rear. Advan Z40s and what looks to be like a gun blue. I don't think it's quite gun blue like what the Graham lights come in. It looks a little bit more blue than that, but these are nice. This is, I mean, that blue just goes so well with the black and red. And SR20 2.2, so an SR22 if you want to be cool with it. They're pushing about 800 horsepower. This thing's a damn monster, bro, and that's why it needs all that cooling in there. These cars are so beautiful. Next up, one of my favorite sections in these Option magazines, it's an area where you can learn a lot from, are these DIY sections. And right here in Japanese, it says, just changing a little bit has a huge impact on the car. Here are some DIY mods you can do. Right off the bat, you can see a crazy Zenki S14. Just, man. I used to kind of hate Zenki front headlights. I was like a kooky guy for a little while, at least when I was in high school. But I've soon come to appreciate how well that Zenki front end fits with the rest of the bubbly shape on the car. I really think that, especially with this body kit too, man, it just works so well together. Those front canards, man, just, beautiful. In the DIY section, the first thing that pops up is this. Now, I know you guys have probably seen people spray paint their brake calipers before, but have you seen somebody wrap them? No, probably because it's going to melt, but it seems like they've come out with some sort of, it says in Japanese, breiki rapu film, so some sort of heat-resistant film that you throw on the rotors and use a heat gun. At least you can see in the bottom left, he's running some endless brake pads, so it's not all show. There is a little bit of go, or at least a little bit of stoppage, so interesting. That's all I got to say about that. The next page, bro, this is hot. The Vertex. Ooh, the Vertex pinstripe kit. I guess it's a livery. Is it a livery? I don't know, bro. I guess it's like a mini livery, but it's a pinstripe kit is what it is, and it's actually directly from Vertex. They're selling it for $120, which is kind of a lot, but you know what? It's a big piece. It's a big sticker, all pre-cut out and ready to go. So I mess with it. It's just, It looks so good, bro. I love that they did like this really sparkly black finish on there. I think it looks great on the red car. Probably wouldn't show up too well in a black car, although I think that would be kind of a nice piece to use as like a ghost livery, something a little bit low key on a black car. As far as the DIY section, I mean, you guys are probably like, why the hell they have putting on stickers on a car in the DIY section? Well, actually in the bottom left corner right here, you can see something called the Mizu Mori method of installing the stickers, in which they've got two guys actually, a guy on each side of the car holding up a clear tube with some water in it. And it looks like they're kind of using that tube to line it up to the bottom where one guy's putting the sticker on one side of the car. And then since there's even amount of water in the tube, if you line it up on the other side of the car, it should theoretically be even on both sides. I don't know if I would go to that extent myself on stickers, but you know what? I respect it, and there's a little method for you guys if you didn't know about the Mizumori method. So, alright boys, if you are looking to get one of these magazines for yourself by any chance, Google Translate is really good now, so you can basically just hold your phone up to them and read it out loud. You don't even need to spend time learning Japanese like I have. I've basically wasted my life learning Japanese when Google Translate just is basically passing me now, so... But anyways, if you guys want to get these magazines for yourself, I've got some on my website. I'll be putting this one on my website. It's gonna go fast, but I'm gonna be updating my website with all sorts of cool magazines every week that I find in Japan for a good price, much better price than anyone else selling them out on the internet. That's the best way to support the channel. If you guys want to support the channel, also I've got some little stickers for sale. All right, let's get back to the video. As you can see here, there's pictures from all sorts of different events right here. They're showing off different cars that people have built, and the first thing that kind of stuck out to me was this bright ass yellow R35 GTR. It was because of the damn Lambo doors. I mess with some Lambo doors, bro. Don't get me wrong, but I look a little closer and I read in Japanese. It says Beisusha Fume. I'm like, Beisusha. That means like, what's the base car? Like, what do you mean, what's the base car? Of course, it's R35, right? And it says Mitame wa R35 GTR. What do you mean, Mitame? That means it looks like an R35. What do you mean it looks like? It's an R35, right? No, bro. This is a 180SX, believe it or not. Converted to an R35 GTR, and something about Japan, man. They like to make these crazy-ass builds, and whoever did this put in a lot of hours and really spent a lot of time, because they sure as hell fooled me at first. I think, you know, now that I look back at it, if you look at the windshield, you can kind of tell it's not a GTR. And so there's some pretty cool headlights in here, but you know, I'm more of like I'm usually a pretty OEM type of guy when it comes to the headlight. I don't usually really like to mess with the lights that much. But you know, these S14 Kuki headlights, I don't know if you guys have ever seen them. They were at an auto salon. This thing is probably one of my favorite cars of all time. Absolutely beautiful. I love the headlights and the hood. It's got the, it looks like someone took a Dremel to it. That's just what I'm saying, what it looks like. But it's obviously much more artistic than just taking a Dremel to it. There is more of a process. Anyways, but the lights, the headlights, bro, they look fucking awesome. I'm not usually a fan of taking the older cars and giving them some crazy futuristic looking lights, but they just did such a damn good job on these headlights, and they work so well with the little orange lights that they put in the fog light area. Just so damn clean, bro. I could go on for hours about this car, but we're going to keep it moving. Into the first big section of this magazine, the first big article is the Street Live VTEC Special. Now, I'm not a huge Honda guy, but I can definitely appreciate the guys that are driving like hell in Tokyo around, I guess, the Wangan or C1 loop. Groups of Hondas in Tokyo and Osaka area that just kill it on the highways. Of course, you can see right in the beginning, you've got No Good Racing, very well-known racing team with the Red Bull livery on there. In Japanese, down here in the bottom, it says, Ore tachi wa hashiri tsuzukeru. So basically, I'm going to translate that to, we will continue to race, or we're going to keep going, I guess no matter how old we get. It doesn't necessarily say that, but I think that's the feel I'm getting from this article. It's a bunch of guys who've kind of been around for a long time, and they're going to continue to race and just kill it out on the highway. One of my favorite things about these Honda teams, I love their racing team stickers, and obviously No Good Racing. It says since 1985 they got the classic, you know, pointing finger logo, and then right next to that, one I hadn't seen before, which I'm disappointed in myself because it does say it's from 1980. Badass team name, Battle Team Law Break. Right off the bat, we got some Fast and Furious looking ass motherfuckers, and I love that. You know, I love some street glow, so we got the Lambo doors, can't go wrong. I think we're going to get a closer look at that car in a second. You can see we got everybody out here hanging out at Daikoku parking lot. I'm sure all you guys know what Daikoku parking lot is. It's that parking lot in Yokohama right outside of Tokyo where a lot of people meet every night and show off their cars. So I've got a video from there too, filming a bunch of GT86s if you guys are interested in that after this video. Flip it over to the next page. We're getting up close and personal with that Fast and Furious ass car, but that is, I love it. I can't say anything else, but I love it. He's got some custom speakers in the back that he made himself. and then of course the Lambo doors. And then one thing, it's going to be kind of hard for me to zoom in on the screen, but I really want you guys to see this. This man's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 big old screens in his cockpit. And have you ever seen a Honda with 5 screens in there, bro? I think one of them's probably like a GPS. One of them's probably a TV. He's jamming to some whatever the hell he's watching in there. Maybe a cop radar. Maybe there's a PS2 hooked up to one of them. We can't be looking at Japanese cars without slipping a little bit of Itasha in there right there. And for those of you guys that don't know, which you should know, you should be watching Noriyaro videos. Itasha basically means, so itai in Japanese means that hurts. Itai, like when you say, in English when you say like ouch, in Japanese like someone say like itai, ite, ite, instead of ouch, they say ite, itai. So basically the first word, Itasha, ita means it hurts, sha is car, like sha means car. So a painful car, painful to look at, painful to sit in. You got a damn anime girl on the outside. So normal people don't like these cars, but that's why they've been termed Itasha. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you guys. I'm not usually a huge fan of the Itasha, but this guy's car is pretty cool. I really enjoy like how all the colors work together. It's kind of crazy, and he does make it apparent in this article that he actually races his car. It's not just a show car. So got some respect for him. He's, putting out to the world what he likes with his favorite anime girl on there, and man drives hard, so gotta respect it. Baby, we got to the article I've been waiting for. I know a lot of you guys have been probably waiting for, which is the Raze ZN6, the Raze 86. This is actually a car that they put together to represent all of their gram light wheels. So a lot of the article, the writing in this article is not necessarily super interesting. It's basically just talking about very specific things about the wheels. Like for this wheel right here, it's saying how it looks like a samurai blade, the way it's been cut with the silver, as you guys can see, or it's like samurai style. This car is just clean as hell, man. So it's got the noblest body kit, and I think they did a really good job kind of incorporating those crazy added body lines that kit adds, and incorporating that with the livery that they've done, or the pinstriping, the reflective tape all the way across the car. I think it looks cool as hell. And as you can see, we've got a TRD rear wing on there as well. So no, this is such a cool livery. I love the Gram Lights logo on the wheel well, the little orange pieces, and it actually says at one point in this article that all of these little writings, like basically where all the body panels meet, there's like some little sticker. If you guys are into like Gundam anime or anything, you probably think, oh, this is like Gundam or something like that, but they actually reference that it's supposed to look kind of like fighter pilot stuff. So it's pretty cool. We got the dual twin pipes shooting out the back, shooting some peas out the back. Like I said, you're gonna see this car in this article with a couple of different wheels, because they're advertising some of their wheels. I think this is their 57 series. So yeah, the Nobilis, I don't even know if I'm saying that right, bro, but Nobilis. I can read it in Japanese. I don't know how the fuck you can pronounce it in English. So it says Nobilis. Nobilis front bumper is yeah. So it's a little wacky for me, not gonna lie. Kind of sharp for this car, but I do think that they really did a great job. Like I said, incorporating the livery and the pinstriping into the body lines, so everything just looks super cool. Yeah, something I was very surprised about. So I initially noticed those louvers on the rear window, and yeah, I'm like, why do those look so clean? I've seen so many louvers that look like ass on these cars. Why are those, like, something about the shape of those, they actually look kind of good. And upon further inspection, it says right here, those are actually TRD. I didn't know TRD had louvers. I've been making videos about these cars for so long, doing so much research on Aero, and I'd never come across the fact that TRD made rear louvers for the window. So that's cool. I'm interested. I don't think I've ever seen anybody running those, but shaping goes really well with the TRD rear wing. And oh, here's another piece from Autocraft Evolution, the dash piece. It's a carbon gauge cluster. That's cool as hell. I've never seen one from Autocraft Evolution before. I've seen similar pieces before, but that's really nice. And then something I've never seen before also, but I think looks really cool. So they've got 2 separate bride seats inside, or brid, whatever you want to say. Two different brid seats inside the GT86, and they're the same model, but one of them's red, one of them's blue. That's cool as hell, bro. I've never seen that aspect as far as styling before. I've never seen anyone do that. So usually you'll see someone with just the stock passenger seat and the driver's seat being a bride, but they got 2 brides in there, and they're 2 different colors, and I think it's subtle enough to work. It's not like it's an all blue seat and an all red seat. It's a black seat with blue, and a red seat with a little bit of, and a black seat with a little bit of red. So I think it works. All right, next up we got an absolutely badass time attack car. This is a blue or purple. I'm colorblind, boys, so this is a color that's very hard for me to tell what this is. Is it blue or purple? Let me know in the comments. I'm gonna go with purple. It's kind of a purplish blue, but I'm not good with blues and purples, boys. But this is a badass 600 horsepower. It's got REM EMEA aero all around the outside. If you guys don't know about REM EMEA, that's, I think they made the aero for the yellow FD and initial D, if I'm not wrong, and then also some TCP Magic parts thrown in there on the side skirts. So it's paired up. Everything's paired up super nice. I think it's got a stock rear bumper, which is cool. It's cool. V-mount intake. I think this is the V-mount, just like the S15 we looked at earlier. And then something I thought was pretty interesting was the super heavy duty reinforcement they've got on that cage on the inside. Obviously, these cars are driving like hell, like bats out of hell, and they need to be safe because one wrong crash on the track, you're done for, bro, obviously. So look at that door. Look at the passenger door right there. I guess it's the driver door. I'm thinking fucking American cars, but on the driver door right there, you can see the extra reinforcement. That was really cool. Big ass damn wang on the back, as you guys know with the time attack cars, and then right below it, a beautiful, probably the coolest R32 I've ever seen. Bulky as hell, looks like a damn brick, but in the best way possible. This thing is just so clean. I love the fact that it's not got that goofy ass R32 rake that you see so many of these cars have, where they've got, you know, it's the R32, it's just got the, I don't know if it's a Nismo lip, but it's got that lip up front, and then the side skirts are so raised. It's got like a front rake because the front's low, the side skirts are high as hell, the rear bumper's high as hell. Awkward ass stance. I hate it when people do that on their R32s, but this guy knows what's up. He's got that even height all the way across the car, from the side skirts all the way to that massive rear canard in the rear, matching up with that big old GT wing. And he really wanted you guys to know that his shit is on lock. His stuff's not coming off. It's very, very structurally sound. So he went ahead and stood on his front splitter on the front of that R32 there. This is a badass car. 2.8 liter RB26. So I guess we're going to be fancy and call that the RB28. HKS crankshaft. It's nice. And we just got a couple of clean S15s right here. Nothing crazy. I love that white one, man. It kind of reminds me of Knob's car. Love that pearly white paint. Here's a little advertisement I thought was cute. We got the GT86 on the jack stands. Never seen that kit before. I don't even think that's a real kit, but it kind of reminds me of Thrash. This little kit that they've been teasing. Drop your damn kit, Thrash. We're waiting. We've been waiting for years. It's coming out good, boys. I promise. Y'all should wait for it. It's going to be fire. All right, here's one of those little parts you don't see unless you get these damn Japanese magazines. It's something a little bit funky. I guess called the T-Rev A system. It's meant to depressurize in the crank case. So it's what you hook it up to the tube right there going into the engine. And if you guys can't tell, I don't really know what I'm talking about. I basically learned about this just by reading this article. So I just thought it was so interesting because I'd never seen this before. But basically, it supposedly reduces resistance of all moving parts in the engine and releases some pressure through that valve at the top, as you guys can see. So basically, it says that it kills any like extra power loss just from friction going on in the engine. But I'm not sure, boys. I don't know about this, but this is just something that you guys can look into and see if it's worth. It might be something cool to add to your engine. It might be bollocks, mate, but it's pretty cool. They got it in a bunch of different colors, and it looks like they also make oil catch cans, oil filters, that kind of stuff. So pretty cool. I'd be very interested to see if this has a really significant difference on engine life or anything like that, but who knows. Now we got a Drift Tengoku advertisement in the option magazine, so they're not arch enemies, arch nemesises like some of you might think, but no. So we got all Subaru 4-wheel drive drifting event. Bet you guys never thought you'd see that, a damn Subaru drifting event with 4-wheel drive cars. That's pretty cool. So this is just an advertisement. It's nothing special. There's not any cool bits of knowledge we're gonna learn from this article right here. It's just a Christmas special from the company Corp. You guys know they make body kits and stuff. But nah, man, we gotta show this S15 right here. That is quite the damn livery. It looks like it's straight out of like some kind of Japanese video game or something. I mean, with the light in it. It just looks so clean, bro, reflective. There's some CR Kais. I can't really tell what wheels those are. They might be some CR Kais, some CR Lies. No. I'm gonna try to find this car on the internet and throw up some more pictures of it because it looks cool as hell from this picture. Alright, this is a really cool S14. Basically, the story of it is really cool. So this is an MCS car. A lot of you guys probably know what MCS is. It's a very popular tuning shop, and basically the owner of the shop built this car to have fun in at first and just kind of develop it. Threw the MCS logo on there, and then he was looking for a local driver, not necessarily a super already highly accomplished professional driver, but he wanted to get a kid who's kind of good at drifting and be able to kind of nurture them into the drift car, hire him as the team driver, promote the company by driving the car, and also help the kid grow throughout his drifting career. So I thought that was wholesome as hell, man. Really cool. 2.1 liter SR20 TD06, about 430 horsepower. Beautiful little two-tone SR20 engine bay right there. I mean, that's nice. And boys, we couldn't go through this magazine without going over the drip section. Obviously, right here we got the Blitz hat, lightning bolt on the brim, lined with some red mesh, Blitz on the side, EST19. I mean, come on, boys. You rocking this hat? I know I'm rocking this hat. Nah, but yeah, that's the end of this magazine. I got plenty more to go through, so we're going to be going through these magazines maybe every other week together, learning, and gradually make our way up to the modern era. I've got a bunch of like ZN6 stuff like this GT86 one right here. And also, if you guys are looking to get one of these magazines for yourself, I'm going to throw up a bunch of these on my website right now, which will be live. I mean, look at this one. This is a brand new GR86 magazine, and they'll be for a very good price compared to everyone else selling them. So yeah, boys, that'll be a good way to help support the channel if you enjoy my videos. And also, I got stickers for sale that I designed. So yeah, boys, thank you guys so much for watching. And if you liked this video in the background, that's from my boy JDM-ism, OG in the scene. He took these videos. I think this one's from Osaka. And I mean, look at that. Look at that. All right, boys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I had a fun time making this video. And I'll see you next week.